Storyboard. I'm Shubhani Gharat. First up, something that is useful to everyone from the advertising and marketing business. Advertising Standards Council of India, which is ASCI, has created the ASCI Academy in order to help the advertising industry create more responsible and progressive advertising campaigns. This is different from ASCI's usual role of addressing ad-related concerns after they have been published. The ASCI Academy focuses on helping advertisers self-regulate from the beginning stages of advertisement creation. The ASCI Academy has already received support from over 50 founding partners and supporters, including companies like Cipla Health, Coca-Cola India, Colgate-Palmolive, Diageo, Hindustan Unilever, Mondelez, Nestle, PepsiCo, Procter & Gamble, and many prominent educational institutions, civil society organizations, industry bodies and research organizations. And many of them had assembled together at the mega launch of the ASCI Academy in Mumbai recently.
Idea was, how do we make sure that we actually are able to protect consumers, and while corrective action is very important, it is becoming more and more symbolic rather than having a real impact on the individual consumers who are affected by that advertising. And I think that really told us that we needed to step back and think about how we imagine consumer protection in this digital age. And I think the only thing that would really help is prevention. So we actually started with a few small experiments. We started going to corporates and training them. We went to a few colleges. We in fact conducted a faculty development course. And I think the response that we got was so fabulous. People really felt this is a gap. This is not something that anyone is talking about. It's not being taught in colleges. It's something which marketeers don't understand very well, even in big corporates. So I think that really kind of encouraged us to think that there is a need for something like this, and it needs to be done at scale.
The Secretary of Department of Consumer Affairs, Rohit Kumar Singh, praised ASCI's initiative, saying that preventive measures are especially important in the digital age. We also caught up with him on the sidelines of the event and spoke to him about how they are working with ASCI to create robust self-regulatory mechanism, increased focus and scrutiny on influencers, and why are they looking at the phenomena of greenwashing by brands more closely. A lot of work has been done by Department of Consumer Affairs along with ASCI as well in the space, in the online space, so to speak, over the past couple of months. If you can share with us, what are the plans ahead?
So, this thing is very dynamic. As the technology changes, the paradigm of the consumer and seller, the whole equation changes. So last month we did a stakeholder consultation, a very detailed one on consumer in the metaverse. What happens when the sellers increasingly start engaging the consumer in the metaverse? So even internet, there is an identity layer, but in metaverse it gets more diffuse.
Yeah.
So how do you pinpoint who's making that mistake? How are you protecting the intellectual property rights and many other aspects? Those were discussed. And then this whole generative AI thing. So how will artificial intelligence affect advertising in particular and consumers in general?
Yeah, and also increased scrutiny on influencers over the past couple of months. We have seen the definition of celebrity as per ASCI guidelines has changed to include more. Also increased scrutiny on finfluencers. Along with that, health influencers have to declare their qualifications. So tell us more on your take on this and its impact on the consumer.
So we're feeling conscious of the advertising through social media. In fact, we have to be more cautious because on social media, when somebody says this product is good, you don't know whether he's taken money to say that, whether it's an advertisement or an honest opinion. So that is why we are focusing on disclosures. Those guidelines were out, I think, in June. And then last month, the guidelines on health influencers, because somebody is saying this protein is good, this will help you. We're just saying that, are you a doctor? Are you a nutritionist? So say that. So because consumer needs to know whether the thing that is being peddled is that an honest opinion or a paid opinion. I mean, we are just restricting ourselves to those, and then the consumer has to take a call.
I'm going to take you to one interesting comment on greenwashing that you made on the stage. Tell us more, because in this era where every single company and brand is talking about circular circular fashion or environment consciousness, if you can tell us its impact on the consumers.
Yeah. So sorry, consumers have to be very careful. If a company is claiming a product to be green, then I'm saying don't just believe it. Do your own due diligence and see whether it's actually green. Because a conscious consumer, and after Honorable Prime Minister's call for Mission Life, many people are moving in that direction and adopting sustainable lifestyles. People are willing to pay 2x, 3x for something which is sustainable and green. But this thing should not be taken undue advantage of by unscrupulous people. So consumers have to be aware, and when we start penalizing people for greenwashing, then so both on the preventive side and on the corrective side, we are working on guidelines on greenwashing.
Oh, you are. If you can share more details on that.
Not now, but when it's fully developed, we'll share it with you.
How soon will that be? Is it in the pipeline in the coming months?
I cannot comment on that, because it takes a lot of hard work. We don't want to come up with something which is half-baked and, not just for the sake of doing it. It should be, meaningful, and it should help the consumer. So it takes time.
It is time for a short break. On the other side, we have Mastercard's Raja Raj Manard speaking about their association with the International Cricket Council, other sporting associations and more. Welcome back. International Cricket Council ICC announced an exciting association with Mastercard recently, becoming a global partner for the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup 2023 to be held in India between 5th October to 19th November. With this association, Mastercard will continue its rich legacy of sports sponsorships, which include soccer, rugby and many more. With cricket being one of the most popular sports in India and many other regions across the globe, the World Cup places fans at the center of the action, enabling them to experience the game like never before. To tell us more about how will the brand leverage on this association, we are catching up with Raja Raj Manard, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer and President Healthcare Business, Mastercard.
Tell me, what was the genesis of the entire deal and what's in the works? What can we expect in the coming weeks?
In the context of India, what we're actually trying to do is to get ourselves deeply embedded in the sport of cricket and curate and create experiences for our card members and for our customers that money cannot buy, but you can get them only if you have a Mastercard. And we call these moments as priceless moments. And last year, we made our first entry here in the recent past with the cricket sport last year.
Yes.
And now this year, it's a fantastic opportunity, as we saw it, where World Cup is happening right here in India, which will really give huge audiences for any of the matches. Typically, the non-Indian team matches don't have as much of demand and as much of viewership. But I think the fact that it is happening now in India will change that pretty significantly. So the ROI numbers will look very different and attractive. So we said this is something which we should seriously look at.
Right.
And we had discussions with ICC, and we are delighted that today we are announcing this partnership.
How the cricket piece has been fitting into your larger sports marketing strategy?
So sports is by far the largest category that we play in, right? We are in golf, we are in tennis, we are in even areas like skiing and ice hockey and etc. And cricket by far happens to be the second largest sport after soccer. So what we are looking at is to take the experiences that we have got from all our other assets and then deploy them in the context of cricket in India. Like I said, the reach and the followership of cricket is so huge and humongous. And it is global. It is not just Indian, it's global. So we have got, as a global company, relevance to leverage this asset around the world, on the one hand. And number two, from the point of cricket itself now, there is so much amount of sophistication of technology that is there, that we are also going to use technology to drive some of the experiences out there. And that's on one part of it. On the other part, what we're also looking at is curating these experiences that are unique from an Indian consumer's point of view. They are first of their kind from the Indian consumer's point of view, and then bringing them to life is what we are hoping will create the most memorable and priceless moments for our consumers. And that's what then we will try to amplify. And what we are talking about is called story making, as opposed to advertising, which is storytelling. And this is the pivot that we are actually doing, even here in India.
So speaking about, of course, your move last year with BCCI, you decided not to renew that deal, of course. But last year you swooped in at a time when they were looking for a title sponsor. What happened there? You decided not to renew the deal this year. What was your thinking? If you can just tell us a little bit about that.
So what we typically do is we look at all the opportunities on the horizon, say that what is there, and what makes the best sense to us in terms of what will help grow my brand, what will help advance the business, and what will give us the biggest competitive advantage. If you looked at this year, last year we had a terrific experience. The returns on our investment in cricket have been really, really solid, and I'm totally pleased with that. So that gave us the impetus to say, let's continue, okay, in the game of sport, in the game of cricket, in the sport of cricket. So in the category of cricket now, if you look at this year, the World Cup is by far the single biggest opportunity. So we said, is there any way we can actually get this? And opportunity has come up. And then we had discussions with ICC, and it all worked out. So we're very delighted and thrilled.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for your time, Rajiv. Lovely chatting with you again. Thank you.
Thank you, Darshat. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Moving on, Tata Passenger Electric Mobility has launched an all-new brand identity, Tata.ev, which is in line with the brand's commitment to sustainability and innovation. With the core philosophy of Move with Meaning, the new identity embodies the values of sustainability, community and technology. We are catching up with Vivek Srivatsa, Head Marketing, Sales and Service Strategy, Tata Passenger Electric Mobility, and speaking about this new identity, what will it mean for the business and also the consumers? Listen in. Vivek, welcome to CNBC-TV18 again.
Thank you, Shivani.
So we are meeting on the sidelines of this new identity unveil for Tata EV business. It's called Tata.ev from now on. If you can share with us what has been the business objective behind this move.
Yeah, EV customers are viewing it very differently from a traditional car purchase. You know, right from the customer buying experience to the ownership cycle to the kind of product upgrades they get. They are looking at it more like a gadget purchase. The mindset is more like a tech buyer than an automotive buyer. So we thought that if we have to expand the EV business and appeal to more and more such customers, we need to have a fundamental change in the way we approach in terms of customer experience, right from the website to the brand design to the network, service and beyond. So what you see today in terms of new brand design is the first step towards that direction. We thought we need to give an independent identity to the EV side of the business, and you will see this permeating across different customer touch points, and this will kind of inspire and enable us to deliver the higher expectation of our customers.
Yeah, and any brand or rebranding, brand building exercise is like a massive exercise, lasts over like a couple of months. If you can also share with us, how did you come upon and arrive upon like this new identity? You're wearing a badge right on your jacket, so if you can tell us more.
So it's been in the work for about a year or so. When we started off, it was about creating a different look and feel. Then many other aspects came in, Obviously today sustainability is a big statement. The Tata Group has made big commitments towards sustainability. Tata Motors has committed to be carbon neutral by 2040, which is one of the most ambitious commitment by an auto company in India. We have committed to becoming water neutral by 2030 as well. So a lot of commitments on the table. And that had to be woven into the EV business because it's an integral part of achieving those commitments. And there are other complications like how do we extend it beyond communication to other physical, digital touch points? How does the customer see it? Tata is obviously, we wanted Tata to be there. We could have actually gone to some other name, but we said we had to have the group name there because in many ways it is the customer facing identity of electric mobility of the group.
Yeah.
Dot there signifies digitization, like .com. It's very, the minute you say dot, it's digital. The orbit around EV is perpetual motion. It's like a comet which keeps accelerating, but it's also like an electron which keeps rotating. And it's also about the circular economy, and it also signifies environment in total, where matter doesn't disappear or is not made. It's only changes of structure. So it kind of signifies the entire world.
Any electric vehicle is currently available in the Tata Motors showroom.
Yeah.
But will there be separate stores expected in the pipeline? And what else will it mean to the customers of Tata Motors?
Yeah. So currently we have a concept called shop in shop, where EVs are in one fixed place within our existing PV stores. The intent is to create a new retail experience for EVs which are exclusive. It will come sometime down the road because we have to accommodate all the cars. We've already committed there are going to be 10 EVs in our portfolio by 2025.
Till 2025. How much of work has been
that's
done?
progressing well, but the important point is if we have 10 EVs and we'll have almost the same number of ICE products as well. So we need to create space for that, probably not enough in one showroom.
Yeah.
So that's driving the retail decision as well. But importantly, the customer experience, which will be inspired by the new brand design, will also go there.
Vivek, also share with us, what will it mean for the upcoming season of IPL? For the last season of IPL, you led with the Tata Tiago EV. Yeah. So can you tell us more on that?
So upcoming season is quite uncertain because the bidding goes fresh again. Of course, as title sponsors, we have first right of refusal by the Tata Group, Tata Sons, and we are partners with Tata Sons in IPL sponsorship. So it's something we'll have to see. There are several dominoes to fall before we come to that place.
Yeah.
But yes, hopefully we should be back again.
And this announcement has just come in at a time when we are setting foot into the festive season. Was it strategic, and what do we expect from Tata.ev in the coming months of the festival?
It is strategic because we thought it's a good way to kick off the next step. We recently launched 1 lakh EVs and beyond as a message, and this is the beyond part, where we are paving the way for the next phase of growth. Like I said, new products are coming. We'll have to create more retail infrastructure. Importantly, digital buying. We are creating a new brand digital platform for customer engagement and purchase. So there will be several touch points where this comes in the next few months, and you'll see the brand design actually getting expressed in many ways. So in a way, this is a kickoff for all that is going to come.
Yeah, and what is your expectation from the festival season? How will it fare according to you in terms of demands? And has there been an uptick in also the smaller towns and the rural markets?
Yes, I think auto industry has been on a bit of a roll, I would say. Initially, there was a lot of customer demand. Now manufacturers are really going strong with a lot of new launches. Festival demand is bound to be strong on the basis of the new launches and the kind of excitement it creates. Yes, smaller towns as well have responded very positively, especially for EVs. The Tiago EV has gotten very good response from the smaller towns. Close to 25% of our sales come from the smaller towns, and we expect this year EVs to really make a mark in the smaller towns.
Last time we spoke, Vivek, you mentioned how almost a quarter of your customers is women for Tata Motors EV business. Yes. If you can share with us, what are your plans and how are you currently engaging with this cohort of your customers?
Yeah. We will continue to focus on women as one of the key customer groups. The new brand design and its expression will actually appeal a lot to women as well. So it will help us get more women. A lot of new features in upcoming products, and which will introduce in new products as well, will be oriented towards safety and women, and EVs as a mobility solution for women is a very, very positive, I would say, move. Is what we are seeing.
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Shibani. My pleasure always.
It is time for a short break. On the other side, we have Prabhakar Tiwari, Chief Growth Officer, Angel One, speaking about their Super is Here campaign and the new app and how are millennials and Gen Zs investing today. Welcome back. Fintech company Angel One, formerly known as Angel Broking, has launched the Super is Here campaign. It is an AI-powered campaign that aims to encourage and empower billions across the country to leverage the power of data and technology in their wealth creation journey with Angel One Super app. We have Prabhakar Tiwari, Chief Growth Officer, Angel One Limited, speaking about their campaign and the app and how are millennials and Gen Zs investing today. Prabhakar, welcome to Storyboard.
Thank you.
Your Super is Here campaign, the genesis of the campaign. How did you arrive upon the insight and how was this super app that Angel has that was created?
Right. See, I mean, this super app was long time in making and very anticipated from our side. You know, despite being a market leader in fintech, somewhere our tech superiority story has not come out so strongly because we were not a digitally born business. So, and also we have been in this business for almost 3 decades. So last we did a rebranding exercise in 2021. It was more to increase the brand appeal towards the Gen Z and young millennials. And the whole idea was to create a new brand world and come out with Angel One brand name, which can allow us to go into multiple fintech products. But the real work was on in terms of product and technology. So we were working a super app with a philosophy of speed, security and reliability. And finally we got that super app somewhere in Q4 last year. And I will tell you, a lot of our competition, they still have a new app and old app, but we were the only company which can 100% migrate the business of our size to a new super app within a quarter. And then we took a Q1 to stabilize that business. And in Q2, we are out with our campaign. If you look at this campaign, it has a feel of excitement and announcer feel. We are trying to tell people that, take interest in this category. The entire investing experience can be very simple, can be very smart.
And since you mentioned also Gen Zs and how, you underwent a rebranding exercise, early on to appeal to the Gen Zs and the millennial consumers. So if you can share with us, what are the key trends and how is the Gen Z and the millennial consumer investing today, especially, their interest and outlook towards, serious investment has particularly changed after the pandemic?
Totally. I think you're absolutely right. They come with their own preferences and values. What I mostly like about the investment thing is that they're oriented towards financial education. So unlike the older generation, they are very proactive in going for the blogs, podcasts and videos to educate themselves. So this is one thing I really, really appreciate. And we have seen it with our Smart Money app and our knowledge center in the web that they actually go for this kind of content. Second thing is their short-term investment horizon. Many of them are very young with not lots of money, and they also want a second source of income. Many times it happened during pandemic, when they were out of job or they were not getting placed, right? So their F&O orientation is higher in that sense. The third thing is that, they look for low cost and passive options. So for example, they will go for ETF and index fund investing and all of that. And the fourth and the most important thing are they're very, very tech oriented. So their ability to leverage, say, a robo-advisory or their focus on mobile app, unlike the, desktop, laptop, web applications of earlier generation, that's mind-boggling.
So investing on the go is what you're saying.
Investing on the go. That's what Gen Z is all about.
So are you finding your next headroom for growth in these tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 markets, and also how are you tapping into this, these consumers?
Okay. See, for last almost 3 years, I'm seeing 90% of our customers are coming from tier 2, tier 3. And we are continuously kind of looking at 500,000 plus customers coming our way. In fact, in the month of July, we were able to acquire 6 lakhs plus customers, right? And the headroom for growth for us is not just in brokerage business, which is eventually under-penetrated, but also the fact that we have a direct mutual fund business, which is growing a lot. Within the end of this year, we'll get into lending business, and we already have an in-principle approval of AMC business. So if you look at brand Angel One, where the super app campaign is just a start, is going to be a mega brand, master brand, most trusted fintech brand with multiple fintech products available within the super app.
Chalo, it's been a month since the super app has been launched. Can you share with us how are consumers using the app today?
July was as high as 6 lakhs plus customer. Let me tell you, August will be more stronger than that. In the month of July or since the start, we have seen 10x jump on our SIP numbers. Lot of SIP first, SIP only customers are coming to our fold. In the month of July, we were the second company with the new SIPs. And if I talk about our active installed base, since the launch of the super app, we have seen 35% growth. If I talk about daily active users, again another 40% growth. And if you look at NPS, which is the holy grail for all product-oriented organization, and for us also, we have seen a 2x jump. So it's a long journey ahead, and marketing campaign is just a part of it. And our customers are already very happy using it, and we want more customers to enjoy our super app.
Yeah, long journey ahead. All the best for that. Thank you so much. Thanks for speaking to us today.
Thanks a lot, Shivani.
With that, it's a wrap on Storyboard this week. You can catch all of our content on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Thanks for watching. We will be back same time next week. See you soon.